It's Friday, you all. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it is TGIF. Hope this War of the Roses episode is gonna be an epic one that's gonna take us into the weekend. Anyway guys, welcome to my channel. This is Rowena Explores, and today you're stumbling in on where we listen to War of the Roses, aired on 103.5 KTU, hosted by Hollywood Hamilton and Marie, brought to you by me, Rowena Explores. It is a segment on the radio where they catch cheaters in the act of cheating by luring them with some roses. Guys, if you haven't watched me, if you haven't seen it, this is gonna be great. Thank you for joining me, and without further ado, we're gonna be listening in on another episode of War of the Roses. Stay tuned, it's starting now.
And now the Hollywood Hamilton Show and the KTU Morning Crew presents
War of the Roses.
Here we go. Today again, War of the Roses. Here we go.
Did your producer tell you about what I told him about my identity? And
He wants no mention of his name and where he works and stuff like that. So
Okay.
first name, last name bleeped out, and then where he works.
all right.
Okay.
Okay.
So no. Okay.
no identity. So my wife and I were fighting. She was at a company party and she cheated on me with one of her coworkers. She told me that she blacked out. That's what she told me. I'm like, I don't know what. I'm like, what am I going to do? I didn't know what to do.
Did she come home later that night?
One of her friends drove her home. She came stumbling into the house. I got her into bed.
Is that even
Yeah,
a thing?
it is. It actually can occur. And how this
Come on.
happens is when someone drinks too much alcohol too quickly, if they have alcohol in an empty stomach, if they consume a large amount in a short amount of time, they can absolutely black out. And here's the thing.
Or somebody
The
spiked the
person
drink.
and the people around them will not really even know it because they're still talking, they're still behaving the same way, maybe a drunk, but
So it's logistics. You're calling it pass out.
no, passing out is different than
Yes.
blacking out. You are still walking, talking,
To me,
all of that
I
stuff.
don't-
You will.
I'm not buying any of it.
Yeah, Marie, the blackout part, understood.
Mhm.
But do you black out drunk and not know you're having sex?
As far
If
as I'm
your drink
concerned,
is
she knew what she
spiked.
was doing, but she blacked out, and yet she was able to come clean and confess to me.
And
So
have
it's
sex.
a little confusing on
So
my
yeah,
end.
so she
All right,
remembered
so it sounds
something.
like she consented.
Yes.
Did she stay? That's
Did
a
she
question
feel
that
it?
we need to
All
ask.
right,
Did she
okay.
stay there all night?
Actually, she was brought home. One of her friends drove her home. She came stumbling into the house. I got her into bed, and so that was 2 weeks ago. And so here we are now.
She confesses
Okay.
2 weeks later.
So
Okay.
that means she
All right, what do
remembers.
you want us to call her and find out
Or
if she's
heard
sending
about
roses to
it
another?
or
Yeah, I
something.
want you to call her. Well, yes, I'm ready to move on because I can't. I'm not going to.
Well,
is
let's
the-
talk to her 1st.
Mhm.
Find out her side of the story from her side. What's your wife's name, by the way?
Oh yeah, you're going to bleep it out?
I need to have a name.
Right, of course. All right. So her name is. But if
Okay.
you could
Okay.
bleep that out, that
Here we
would
go.
be
Yes.
good.
All right.
We got it.
Bleep, bleep. Okay, we're gonna call her something else. Let's hear what name they give her.
Hello.
Hi, I'm calling for.
Okay. Bleep.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Marie. I'm calling from redroses.com. We have some flowers for you, and I just need a minute of your time to confirm some information.
Okay.
We have a dozen long stem roses for free today for you. I'm not going to ask you for a credit card or any personal information. This is kind of a promotional vehicle that our company developed.
You're a telemarketer. I'm not interested.
No, I'm not a telemarketer. And it's a way to kind of get people talking about us, get our name out there. So in return for these free roses, we just ask that you talk about us on your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, that kind of thing.
Rowena Explores.
Yes, we are opening a new store in your area. We're on Street.
Do I have to pick them up?
No, we send them out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I would like for you to send them to my husband.
Oh,
I could really
you're
use
married.
them right now.
Yes.
Oh,
Could
use
use them
huh?
right now.
Okay.
Something is not
Is it
right.
anniversary?
No,
Oh.
it's just we've been having some problems.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Diane, I'm so sorry. Well, these roses should help then.
I hope so.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. My name's Hollywood Hamilton. I'm with a radio station in New York City, WKTU. Marie is my partner on the radio. We're not with a rose company. Your husband
Are you
reached out.
kidding me?
Hold on. Your husband reached out to us. There's a problem, obviously. I think you're well aware of the problem. He called us for help. And let me begin with saying she sent the roses to you. How do you want to proceed?
It's going to take a lot more than roses, okay?
But you call here for that.
So now explain yourself to the 4 million listeners.
Yes,
that
you want
are
to
tuned in
embarrass
right
her.
now.
That's what happened.
What do you mean this is on the radio?
Your husband wants to bleep out all names, town. Nobody's going to know who you are. In a minute, we're going to offer you an incentive. When we take you off the air, if you say no and you don't want the incentive, we can't air this phone call. And I think you should hear out because this is, I think we got a fight or flight. We got a do or die situation here.
Yeah.
This is just unbelievable.
Hold on.
You can't be
I know. Give me a minute. You confessed to the fact that you had an affair with another man coming out of a company party. You
Yeah,
blacked
office
out
party.
drunk. You had sex with another man. 2 weeks later, you confessed. He's having a big problem with this.
Is my name on the radio?
No, it's not
No.
on the radio.
Nobody knows who you are. You know, we heard his side of the story, but I think we'd all like to hear your side of the story. Would you be willing to share that? Your name is, like Sean said, your name is not being used at all, but could you share your side so we can kind of understand the full situation here?
So let's hear your end of the story.
Wow. You know, normal people go to couples therapy, but this one has to broadcast it on the radio. Real nice, real mature.
I know, but you know what? Here's the problem. Let me just get right down to the nitty gritty. That
All
when you
right.
come and you confess that you black out drunk and not know you were having sex with somebody else, or did you know you were having sex with somebody else?
How did you find out that you did?
Well, my coworker texted me the next day, and that's when I realized what had happened.
Okay, so we have a felony here. It's a felony at this point.
It was
That's correct.
RAPE.
Did you give your consent? Still awake?
I don't know. You don't know?
Don't know. I'm really confused. I had a few shots. The next thing I know, I'm in bed. And then I get a text from this man I work with the next day. Hey, I had such a great time with you last night. Maybe we should do it again. Blah, 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 you know? And I was just like, what do you mean? And then he told me what happened. It's not unbelievable. Okay, this happened to me, whether you want to admit it or not. It happened.
Why does this guy have your cell phone number? Why is he
a
texting you in the
coworker.
morning while we're living together in our home,
Good
and he's
point.
texting you? How come you didn't mention that he texted you 2 weeks ago? What's been going on in the last 2
That's
weeks?
when he sent the
gosh, oh my
information.
I don't know. It's like I said, had a few shots with my coworkers. I woke up in bed, got a text the next morning. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, okay, all right.
You remember? It seems like you remember a lot of it. So I don't know what this whole blacking out thing is all about.
You know,
Maybe
Brian,
she
just
doesn't
hold on a minute. If she
Right.
is telling you the truth,
She was
if by
great.
chance she is speaking the truth, she's going to need you more than ever. And just give that a little thought here before you start jumping down her throat here. I know it looks funny, and if she does want to go to the police, look, be a husband right now. Be a listener, because if she's speaking the truth, she is really, really going to need you.
I had shots, and I don't remember after that.
1-800-245-1035. Marie is going to take you off the air, and she's going to recommend some
Yes.
some alternatives.
We're going to talk off air.
You're going to talk off air right now, okay? 1-800-245-1035. What would you say to? What would you say? 1-800-245-1035.
Hold on. I'm gonna talk to you, and we're gonna
Thank you.
talk about the next step here.
Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him.
Okay. Wow. It turned out the possibility is there that she was assaulted without her consent. She was put in a situation because she was intoxicated. So we're gonna blame it on the alcohol. She had a few shots and she did what she did. The text message came from the coworker stating that I had a good time last night. So apparently during that time she was enjoying herself as well, because he wouldn't have sent that text message if it was a situation of non-consent, right? Because he wouldn't have sent something to implicate himself of a crime. So I believe it was under the influence of alcohol. Probably he was, she was drugged. You know, they may have, the person may have spiked her drink. There's all that possibility because she doesn't remember. She said she was blacked out. One moment she was drinking, the next moment she was in bed and she don't remember anything else. There's so many possibilities. And as a husband, I can imagine how that will look if you came home drunk and then your wife confessed. Yes, she confessed because it's been eating her inside. It's been on her. Probably that's something she wouldn't have done if she was sober. Oh, gosh, I wonder who dropped her home. Was it the person or another friend, another coworker? Who dropped her home that night? Oh my goodness. This is something, as Hollywood said, they're all gonna need to come together. Because it could be not that she cheated, but under the influence it happened. It could be that she and this person had something going on, flirty, or, you know, during the work time. We don't know this much. They need help. They're gonna need counseling, as Hollywood Armory says. They're gonna need to speak to some kind of therapy, and the wife is gonna need her husband beside her, because he seems like the person just digging into it, not looking at the other possibility that she could have been abused, or not looking at the other possibility that she could have been drugged, not looking at the other possibility that this was under the influence. He's just thinking she went out there, she did this, did that, she broke the trust, I don't care what she's saying, that's a poor excuse, all of that stuff. But then after you vent, after your anger, he'll take a step back and say, that might be true. Look at her memo. Look at how she had carry herself. Is this the kind of wife? Is this the kind of woman you had? Is she capable of? Is she, because sometimes you have your partner and they're promiscuous, they're flirtatious, they're like kind or too nice, and people will take advantage. You know the kind of personality your wife has, and you will know if this is something she would have done. Are there children involved? How long have you guys been married? Do you think she would have jeopardized her relationship for somebody at the job? How long has this been going on if it was something going on at the job? Did you get any inclination prior to this event that something was happening? Has she ever complained or talked to you about something going on or someone at work? All of this play a part. It's hard to say if she was cheating or she cheated, because I'm looking at the influence of drug playing a part in this quagmire. So it's hard for me to say if this is a cheating or not. Maybe later on she could get hypnotized, and maybe some other memory can come back to her thoughts, or something, a flashback or something that happened to kind of make it more clear. Maybe they'll need to talk to the other person, see what happened on that night, because maybe if he sent a message to her to say, we had a great night last night, thank you, we could do it again, that means he was in his right mind and he took advantage of somebody that was drunk. Yes, he took advantage of somebody who was intoxicated to the point where she said she blacked out. I don't know the difference between blacked out and passed out. According to Marie, blackout, you don't remember anything, but you could be walking around and all of that. And pass out is like you're sleeping. But this has to go into more information. Who knows? Maybe the law, maybe something that she was abused. She didn't really have the capacity, the mindset, the intellectual. She was inebriated. She couldn't give consent to something she wasn't aware of that was happening. You know what? This is Friday. I don't want to break my brain. I don't want to be confused for something where other moving parts are not attached. We need the points like a Lego to create the story. So we might need to get the story from the other party, the other guy. That's my thought. What's yours, guys? Leave a message on the comment section. Let me know what you think about this War of the Roses, because something not right. She's crying, she's apologizing. Apparently she's very upset because she cannot remember what happened, and that's what hurts, I believe, because she's not sure if she did it she don't know if she did it of her own free will. Or maybe that's something she wouldn't have done, but she was intoxicated, drugged, abused, whatever. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thought is. Today is Friday. It's Friday. Friday, or Friday. Yes, guys, and we're going to be going out with a bang. Enjoy your weekend. Go out there, have fun, make memories. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, and I want you guys to make the best of it. Until Monday, see you. Remember to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so when I upload new videos, you'll be the first one to get it. All right? Thank you for your support again, and see you Monday. Take care. Bye. Stay blessed and be productive. Talk to you. This is Rowena Explores. Go out there, guys, and make memory. If you're on a weekend, because some people don't have weekends, some people do 2 jobs even though they're out on one, but nonetheless, enjoy it. One life to live, live it to the fullest. Bye. This is Rowena Explores. See ya. You know what? I just heard somebody said that it was maybe her fault because she's responsible for how much she drinks. What do you think about that? That she's responsible. Yes, when we go to a party, we're responsible for how many alcoholic volume we intake or ingest. But what if? You're looking at the what if. What if her drink was spiked at some point? Or what if they lied to her and tell her, oh, it wasn't whatever. But I don't know. Maybe she's lightheaded. Maybe she cannot hold her liquor. Because I know I can't. I know my limit. Yes, I do. I know after I get that buzz. Because once you get a buzz, for me, I just stop drinking. I just stop and just drink water. So if you're looking at it at that point, then yes, you can determine what's your limit based on how you feel. So if you drink 1 and you're lightheaded, then you stop. So I agree with that to a point. And that's all I'm gonna say. All right then, have a good weekend. I'm done. That's it. Done. Bye.